In today's lesson, children, we are going to see the linking words of contrast. So, what are the linking words of contrast now? Though, although, in spite of, despite. These are the words. So, these words are used to express contrast, to show how two ideas are opposite to each other. Okay, so these words are used to express contrast, to show how two ideas are opposite to each other. Okay, now these are the rules I have written. Let us see now this first sentence now. I invited Maya to my wedding. She didn't come. See, in the first sentence you can see that I invited her, Maya, to my wedding. So what she did there? She did not come. So that is just, so this sentence is just opposite to that sentence, is it not? So my expectation was her, she would come. My expectation was that she would come. So I invited her, but here what happens there? She did not come. She did just opposite that. So these two sentences are expressing the contrast. Okay, contrast, two opposite ideas you can see here. So now this thing we are going to use, this sentence we are going to use using this though and although. So when you use though and although in a sentence, what happens? In one sentence, that means this sentence have two simple sentences. This, I invited Maya to my wedding, one sentence, she did not come, another sentence. So in one part of the sentence you will use though or although. So this though is a short form for although. Okay, so mostly this though is used informally. Informally means in speeches we use it. So many of them, they use though only, they use. Sometimes, rarely, and in written we use although, everything, even though, like that we will use it. But sometimes those who know the English very well, they use all though, although, even though, despite, in spite of, everything. All these words they use. Okay. So now for informally we use though only. Okay. But in writing we use though, although, in spite of, despite, we use it. Okay, now let us start now using this sentence now. What is the rule? Let us see now. So though, although, when you use in this first part of the sentence, okay, you will begin the sentence using though or although. Okay, and then you will complete it. That means first sentence finishes here. So you will put a comma. After that, second sentence starts. Second sentence here, what I have written, independent clause. Independent clause means what? The sentence that doesn't need the support of the other sentence. That means it is already meaningful. Okay, which already has sense, which already has is complete. So it doesn't need the support of the other sentence. So that is called independent clause. So for your understanding, I have written. Now here, when you use in this same sentence, in spite of, despite. So what are the changes? The rules I am telling you. So when you use in spite of, instead of this though, although, when you use in that case, in spite of or despite, what you have to do? You have to use that noun phrase. Noun phrase you have to use. I'll tell you later what is noun phrase. Then, or gerund. Gerund means verb plus ing. Okay, verb plus ing. Now let us see the sentence. Now listen, the sentence I have written here. She was blind. She managed her household work without help. Now this sentence you are going to begin. You're going to begin the sentence using though or although. Okay, let us start now. So though and although mean the same, I told. So we'll start using although. Okay, so although, then the she was blind. Although she was blind, then comma, she managed her household work without help. Okay, the although also mean the same. So using although you have written, then using though also same only you will start here. So though she was blind, she managed her household work without help. Okay, Now in though, although, it is very easy for you to write the sentence, make the sentence using though and although. But in using despite or in spite of, you will make some mistakes. So let us see that what you have to do, how you mustn't make mistakes. Okay. Now see, for example, I am writing here, uh, he was, okay, he was poor and he helped his friends by giving them money. Okay. So now you can see this sentence, you can start using although. Although you can easily write, although he was poor, comma, he helped his friends by giving them money. You can easily write it. But using now in spite of or despite. Okay. Now how you will write? I have told you in spite of and despite. That means in spite of. Okay. In spite of and despite. What I told you, what was the rule? Can you tell me? Plus noun phrase or verb plus ing. Is it not? Now verb phrase means what? Okay. Sorry, noun phrase means what? Verb plus ing. Verb plus ing you'll be easily writing. You'll be easily knowing to write that. So now see, uh, so now one example I'll give you. So now here, he was poor, it is there. Okay. He was poor. Okay. So in this is the subject and this is the verb and this is the adjective. Okay. This is the adjective. Now in this noun phrase, how you will start? Noun phrase. For this noun phrase, how you will write? He was poor means you will write that this he will change into his. And this poor will, this adjective will change into abstract noun. Noun it will change into abstract noun. So it will change into poverty. So in spite of his poverty, like that you will write. Okay. This is noun phrase. Okay. This is noun phrase. Now, now verb plus ing, how you will use in this? Instead of this, you're using the another rule, that is verb plus ing. So now, instead of this, so now this verb you're taking, can you use ing to this was, wasing? No, wrong, is it not? So you're going to write now be form verbs, because these am, is, are, was, were, are be form verbs. You will write ing. Instead of this was, you will use, okay, that means instead of was, were, am, is, are, you will use, okay, you will use being. Okay. Why? Because these are be form verbs. Okay, these are what? Be form verbs, and therefore we use being for this was. Whenever was comes or where, whenever where comes or whenever am comes, is comes, are comes, you are using the verb, you will use being there. Okay. So now, so this will change into in spite of being poor. Okay. So here you have changed it into plus ing. So that's this poor will be this poor, for this poor, to this poor you will not make any change. Okay. So in spite of his poverty also you can write. This is noun phrase and this is verb plus ing. That is, okay, in spite of being poor. Like that also you can write. So these are the changes you need to make when you start a sentence using in spite of or despite. So these are the changes you have to make. Don't forget these rules. Okay. So noun phrase, I told you, noun phrase, how you have to change it. When you have to join the sentence, begin the sentence using despite or in spite of, what changes you will make. So for example, I have given the first part of the sentence of every sentence I have given. So how you will change this according to that noun phrase. So he is strong, if it comes, you will write his strength. The strong will change into strength there. Then here, he is talented. So this talented, how it will change into noun. So he is. So he is this. So instead of he, you're writing here his. Then talented will change into talent. Similarly here, he is blind. So this he is blind. This blind will change into blindness. Noun. Then instead of he, you will write his. Okay. Now here, see the difference here. The weather is hot. So here you cannot write that hotness. Like that you cannot write. Is it not? So how you will write? This adjective you will write first. So what is hot now? The weather is hot. So this hot you will bring first. The adjective you will bring first. And then this noun you will write it at the end. Hot weather. Like that you will write. So this is the noun phrase. How you have to change this sentence using the noun phrase. When you begin a sentence using in spite of or despite. Okay. Now, verb plus ing now. Okay. Verb plus ing. How you will write. Okay. Verb plus ing. Same sentence. Okay. Now, he is strong. So, how you will write? In spite of. Okay. For this only we are writing. Is it not? In spite. So, how you will write? In spite of. This is and all will change into being. Okay. In spite of or despite being. Okay. This strong. Okay. Don't forget. Then here similarly is talented means being talented. Okay. Being talented. Then here also is blind means being blind. Like that you can write being blind. Now here the weather is hot. How here you will write? So here you will write being hot. So in spite of, okay, you will write that in spite of the weather being hot. You will write like that. Okay. So how you will write this thing? In spite of you will write. Okay. Then the weather you will write. Then instead of this is you are writing here being. Okay. Then that hot. Then comma. Then whatever it is you will end the sentence. Understood? So these are the rules. These are the changes you need to make. So this is the definition. This is the I have explained to you in detail how you have to make changes when you are asked to join the sentence using in spite of and despite. Okay. Now I'll give you one example. Let me tell you one example. In that example, how we will write using all. That means although, despite, in spite of. Okay. So one sentence I'll give you. See here. He was ill. Okay. He was ill. Okay. He went out. He was ill. He went out to help his friends. Okay. He was ill. He went out to help his friends now. So now listen. We are going to join the sentence. Here, begin the sentence using although. So how you will write now although? Although is very easy for you. So you will write although he was ill. Okay. Although he was ill. Then he went out to help his. He went out to help his friends. You will end the sentence. You will take down the sentence, remaining part of the sentence, and you will finish it. Okay. Now using in spite of. Okay. In spite of. I have told you, when you begin a sentence using in spite of, you have to use what do you have to use? Noun phrase, or either noun phrase or verb plus ing you can use. So using both we will try now. Okay, first noun phrase we will try. Noun phrase. Okay, in spite of. Noun phrase means what I told you. He will change into his, then his ill will change into illness. Ness, abstract now. Okay, so this he will change into his, then ill will change into illness. So this is noun phrase. Okay, in spite of his illness, he went out, okay, to help his friends. Okay, this is one. And same using despite also, you will write the same only. Despite his illness, okay, he went out to help his friends. That's all. So this is using noun phrase we have used. So this was noun phrase. Okay, now using verb plus ing. Okay, same sentence using verb plus ing now. So verb plus ing. So you will join the sentence, begin the sentence using in spite of. So in spite of. In spite of. So here we how we will change here, instead of this was. This was you cannot add ing, so you have to use the be. Okay, so to be ing you are adding. Okay, in spite of being, then ill. Okay, this ill will be like that only. You should not make any changes for this. Only instead of was you are using here being. Okay, in spite of being ill, he went out to help his friends. Similarly, using despite also. Be careful. Only in spite of is only in spite of we are using here of. But in despite, only despite is only one word. For two in despite, you should not use this preposition of, you should not use. Okay, in spite is one word and despite is one word. Okay, this is the preposition and this is also preposition. So you should not make any confusion here. Okay, despite is never followed by using of. Okay, so despite only. So despite being ill, despite being ill, he went out to help his friends. That's all. I hope you have understood this lesson. Okay, so that's all for today, children. Thank you.